Welcome.
Nuke's going back.
We had a couple of jokes offset, but welcome to the Say with McQuay.
See, I'm finna pass out again.
I'm McQuay. This dude right here, this is the milk's gone bad. Yeah, the milk's gone bad.
MGB, baby.
In the building.
MGB, milk gone bad.
Yeah, man, this dude is a riot, man. I'm trying to tell you. A riot. I can't concentrate, man.
I'm sorry.
I forgot what we
Let's get to
supposed
the
go
show.
with.
So, today, we are going to have a riveting discussion.
Oh, about the wingman. That's what we was talking about.
The importance of
The importance of a
wingman.
wingman. A real wingman.
Now, see, some of y'all don't know what the wingman is because some of you ain't good friends. Some of you are selfish. Some of you think you go out here, you see the women, you think all the best ones is for you.
So say it how you really feel. So what you trying to say? I'm not a good friend.
I'm talking to America.
I'm starting to feel some kind of way.
I didn't say nothing. Did y'all hear me say anything?
But I've heard this discussion before.
Wait, because we've had it
Directed
before.
at me.
No shit.
All right,
No shit.
proceed, brother.
So, when we talk about the wingman, you have a specific duty. It is your job to clear the path. Clear the path so the star of the team is able to seal the deal, which makes it easier for all the other chips to fall in place.
Don't always think you got to be Leon.
No.
For those who don't know who Leon is, there's no I in team.
There ain't no we either.
Exactly.
But you have to understand that the wingman changes. You can't always be the wingman. If you're always the wingman,
and you always get the leftover goods.
yeah, I don't always like.
Yeah, it got to be some kind of balance.
Now, if we're talking about macaroni, if we're talking about something like some potato salad, oh, it tastes best the second day every time.
Yeah,
Every time.
but you got to use a clean spoon though.
Yeah, but I don't want no day old chicken. I want my chicken
I like
fresh.
cold chicken.
Okay.
Cold fried chicken.
We sound like two fat jokers talking about food. We supposed to be talking about the importance of a wingman. So back on this wingman.
Wingman eat with you too.
That's true too.
Yeah.
So, what, in your opinion, America, Saudi Arabia, wherever you viewing this channel from,
Africa.
wherever it is, what do you think
England.
is the importance of it? What does a wingman do
Switzerland.
for you? I'll tell some of our wingmen stories, and I'll tell you how it happened. So when we were young lads, he's smiling because he know where this is going. So we were standing outside playing basketball or whatever. We were playing the flag, not flag, but
Yeah,
two-hand.
we don't play
two-hand
touch either.
Remember we were playing two-hand touch with the fast guy in the street. Remember we trying not to say no names.
Oh, you don't want me to say his name?
You can say it's your show.
Oh, I was gonna say it anyway. I was just asking before I did it, just to see your reaction. Marcus calls it.
That joker was fast.
Yeah.
So we was playing football in the street one night, and these young ladies was crossed over by the old people home was walking. It was old people home back then because we didn't really know what it was.
Okay.
And, it was a couple nice ones over there. So in our younger days, this one would tell me, hey, go over there and go talk to him. I was the icebreaker.
Yeah.
I was the blunt
Don't do
object.
that.
So I go over there, talk, ha, 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 get them to laughing. But the thing about me, you leave me over there talking
he
to them
gonna
too
say
long,
some bullshit.
I'm gonna say, I'm liable to say some
Yeah.
things that's gonna offend somebody.
He gonna turn them off.
So when I turn him on, he had to come in
Yeah,
and swoop in.
I turn the faucet off.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Be
at
like,
that
"All right,
point-
push it over there. I'm the closer.
At that point, I in my early days, I didn't even know what a wingman was, but I knew it was vital
It was
that
vital.
I found my role, and I did.
Yeah, and then you forgot it.
Quickly. I ain't like it.
Who likes nigga be want to send me on errands? We go get a
Who likes being the wingman? Wingman gets second best.
Listen.
I want first. I'm the
Listen.
first stringer.
You have to be able to follow, be able to lead.
Mm-hmm. That's what they
You
say.
have to- yeah.
You notice the person lead always say that. You don't ever hear a follower saying that. You gotta know how to follow before I can lead. Let me keep following so I can learn how to lead. No.
No, listen.
Second
listen.
fiddle says that.
Listen. No, it's not like that because you take turns.
Mm-hmm.
One day you be the wingman. 'Cause when you come with a project, I'm
Yeah.
the wingman.
Right.
When I come with a project, you're the wingman.
Yeah, and when you're young,
That's
it's
it.
hard to understand that when
Yeah,
you're young.
we didn't know that when we was young. We
No.
were just feeling around in the dark.
Everything we saw, oh, I got this one, I got that one. No.
Yeah.
It's key roles you play in this friendship game. If you don't know if you're a wingman or not, let me give you some tips to help you identify if you're a wingman.
If you don't start the conversation,
You're
a
a
wingman.
wingman.
Don't go butting in after somebody else already done started up and with your corny jokes. No, leave that at home. If you didn't start it up, you're the wingman.
If during conversations you find long, awkward pauses where you find a hard time keeping the conversation going, that might be a tall tale sign that you're better suited to be a wingman.
Or your wingman is not doing his duty. Because if he sees that, all right, hey, my man he running out of things to say. Let me swoop in. Let me change the conversation. Let me change the way the conversation is going. And that way he can pick up and be like, all right, yeah, boom, all right, I'm good now. But you're not a good wingman because you're just sitting there in silence. You're probably sitting over there hating, waiting on him to make a mistake. So you can try to holler at her later. That's probably what you're doing.
And here's let me break something down for you wingman that's waiting for the starter to mess up. When the starter messes up, in most cases,
The
it's
team
done.
loses.
It's done. You're done. You're done. It's it. It's over. It's over. Just hang it up. Move on to the next one. So while you're sitting there plotting for, the starter to fail, you're going to you're going to jack the whole game up. So support him.
And so we can give you this advice. You know why? Because we bat around 800.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying.
We catch them.
There's 2 Jordans over
We got a catch and release policy, though.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately,
I'm
not on the catch and
you
release
got
policy.
married and shit. But your wife cool, though, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You'll be married to one old fucked up asshole. You know what I'm saying? You married a good
But we
girl.
had
That's all right.
But we had a strict, and let me tell you, strict catch and release policy. That's her right now. No, it's not. Let me turn my phone off.
Yeah. It's the busiest man in America around here.
Bill collectors.
Which ones? I don't owe him shit.
Well, hey.
Keep calling. If you calling, that means I haven't been paying. It ain't nothing you can say to me that's gonna make me start paying somebody I already know I owe and I ain't been paying.
They're gonna threaten you.
Oh, I've been threatened by better bill collectors than you. Shit. Keep calling me. I'm gonna start leaving a voice message just for you. Like, hey, this is me. I'm not changing my number and I'm not hiding. I know I owe you and I ain't paying you shit. Get it in blood. How about that?
Well, it's weird.
Wingman.
I feel like we lost the topic.
No,
on
we didn't
Wingman.
lose popular Wingman because these jokers don't know how to play Wingman.
Hey,
Oh man, you know what's bad?
what's that?
When you got an ugly Wingman. Man.
Here's the thing. If you don't know you ugly,
Oh no, you know.
I don't know how to give you tips on it. If you, know you ugly.
You know. You see yourself every day.
And ugly ain't just always looks. Let me tell you what. If you don't
It's
know how
mostly
to,
looks.
if you don't know how to talk to people with respect, if you don't know how to know your place in a conversation, but when I say know your place, if 2 people talking, it ain't your job to butt in to insert yourself in the conversation.
That's not when I'm trying to get some snatch.
That is not being a good wingman. You actually committed a foul.
A felony.
False start on the offense.
15-yard penalty.
15-minute penalty. You can't talk for 15 minutes after that one.
Yeah, you can't talk for the rest of the day.
You done jacked up the whole conversation.
Yeah, especially if this is the only one in the spot I see that I like, and you come over here and mess it up, we going home. I'm dropping you off. Or you dropping me off. Whatever we got here.
Yep. And now you done messed the whole thing up because you wanted to
And I'm
say
not
your
taking
2
you
cents.
next time.
Nope.
No. I'll find me another one.
Couple of y'all that done hung with us found yourself in this boat. You know who you are.
Who are they?
I don't do names, but I can tell you what they look like.
You start just tell me what they look like, and I'll say their name. Because I don't remember. I don't remember too much negative.
I got one for you. Spider-Man.
I'm not gonna throw Devin under the bus like that. I'm sorry, cuz.
The day cuz hit me with that's the prettiest girl you ever had. Oh gosh.
Come on, dog. Put my hand up a couple times.
Come on, dog.
Tomorrow, man, that's the best girl you ever had. Nigga, you don't need me around here. If you was around here every day, you would be proud.
Them doors was swinging. I'm gonna give you another one. He was one of me and my brothers.
It had to be Philippe. Demetrius don't do no shit like that.
Demetrius had a girl at the time.
Well, but Demetrius is a good dude. Demetrius is not a hater.
And not
at
to say
all.
Philippe ain't a good dude. Not to say that at all.
Man,
But
Philippe ain't no good dude. We
Yeah.
tell the truth on this show.
when it comes to them women, man, for us fellas, we do some scandalous
Man,
things.
Philippe gonna hate on you, bruh.
Back in the day. I don't know about now. He might be married now. I don't know.
Who that?
The individual in question.
Philippe?
Okay, you keep saying his name.
It's true. Tell the truth.
Hey,
I'm the host. I had to tell the truth.
hey, how you say? Man law. Man law.
Shoot.
And that's just to name a few. But you know who you are. If all of a sudden you're hanging out with us and then next thing you know you see or you hear us talking about stuff we done and you're like, well, how come I didn't get an invite? You didn't play your wingman card properly.
You let the plane crash, bruh.
You let the plane crash. And there can, due to contrary belief, there can be multiple wingmen in the situation.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because somebody got to keep the ugly girl happy.
Sometimes somebody just got to pacify that person who drank a little too much. Somebody got to keep her company.
And just let me say this. On the record, because I do tell the truth. I'm usually the digger or the guy, the man. I'll let the plane crash sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie. Because me, for the people who know me, truthfully know me, I may be a little more ambitious than I need to be. So I'm always aiming at the top.
Preach.
Always aiming at the top. So sometimes I might be going up against Roger Clemens. I might try to swing with one hand. Strike out.
It's too crowded at the bottom, so you got to aim for the top.
Yeah. So, and then my homies, they be like, man, you should have just. No, man, I shouldn't have just. I used to drive in the boat. I can't help it.
If you got homies saying stuff like you should have just.
But I should have just.
Yeah, you should adjust.
Yeah, see? Homie
But-
that's saying should have just. I should have just.
It's Jake from State Farm.
3 a.m. in the morning. My
But I'm
khakis
telling
on.
you, wingmen, you have a role in the crew. Please don't think your contribution is not needed. It is very
I
much
don't think
needed.
the satisfying of your loins is better than the satisfying of all our loins.
At the end of the day, man, these are friends that you build in life with. You know, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but it's stuff like this when you can sit around and talk about it 15, 20 years later, laugh, joke, and kiki about it, and be okay with what happened.
Remember Nina Simone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to take that one for myself.
She needed to be took.
She was too fine.
It
Well, I
happens.
ain't gonna say she was too fine, but
It happens sometimes.
she was too fine, and I just
At that time.
Yeah, I was young.
At that
I
time.
was like what, about 16, something
Yeah.
like that. I had to take that one on the solo. Oh,
Uh-oh. What's up?
we weren't doing nothing. Check it out. Right, we had this little spot on Sly. Sly and like, what else? Like
Hannah? I thought Hannah or Habana or something
Habana,
like that.
yeah, Habana.
Yeah.
Right down the street from a little park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? One day, I don't know where I was at. Doing something I shouldn't have been doing probably. I come to the crib. A certain somebody is in the crib with this chick, right? So I walk in the door.
This is
she
where it gets
wrapped up-
funny.
She wrapped up in the little blanket, but now this is this dude's favorite blanket. He don't do nothing without this blanket. He almost like that. What is it, Linus?
With his blanket.
Yeah, that was him with that blanket. It was a warm blanket, and we used to always have the air on like 50. So
Yeah, we some polar bears.
it was. You know, we not some skinny dudes, so the air was on.
You
50.
needed that blanket.
You needed that blanket. So, and she was like 98 pounds.
102 with the blanket on
So
her.
I know she was in that bitch freezing.
He's a frostbit
So
shivering.
I walk in the door. I just looked at her. I was like, because I know what time of the day was. They was fucking.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And she looked at me and she knew what I was thinking. She was like, "Oh, we wasn't doing nothing." I ain't said nothing to this girl. Nothing. "Oh, we wasn't doing nothing." I'm like, you wrapped up in the blanket. You
the
was
bear's
doing
blanket.
something in the marriage blanket. You was doing something. You ain't got to lie to me. I don't know you. I'll probably never see you again. But you was fucking.
Poor thing.
I don't remember your name, but if I did, I would say it.
We wasn't doing nothing.
You weren't doing nothing. Yeah, right. You in here wrapped up in the blanket, laid out, stretched out on the couch. Look like you been running a marathon, but you ain't did nothing.
Now, of course, I'm in the corner just laughing.
Like-
I done fell on myself laughing.
Like I'm her daddy or something.
I'm talking about I done fell in the corner laughing about to pee on myself because ain't nobody asked you nothing. Ain't nobody even say
I ain't
nothing,
said
to
nothing
you.
to you. I was going on in the kitchen.
Like you felt guilty.
I was about to go in there and make me a sandwich or something. I don't know what I was going to the kitchen for, but I was on my way to the kitchen.
And then the killing thing, she looked at me like I did something wrong.
You did. You didn't tell her about me. You didn't tell her I might come through.
I didn't prep her.
She felt like a hoe.
Hey,
Ain't nobody tell you to fuck,
I can't do nothing about all that.
but she did that.
Oh, yeah. I'm allegedly. I don't know.
Then she started talking. Then she had to leave.
Oh yeah, she started saying stuff like,
Normal.
normal people.
I'm normal. I don't know what normal is, bitch. I grew up rough and hard
Yeah, normal don't
and
exist.
hungry. What you talking about? Normal.
What you talking about? Families eating around the table at dinner, everyone.
Everybody love each other.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Uh-uh.
Everybody in my family will cuss your ass out.
When we grew up, you had your best meals around the 1st and 15th. You dig?
Or when Daddy Bell was on that grill with them ribs.
man! Oh man!
I don't eat pork no more. I wish I did.
I tell you one thing though, there's certain people you got to keep away from that grill when they get lit, because they don't know about portion control.
Devin.
See, there you go with names.
That nigga have a bone graveyard. Like he done ate the whole pig.
I'll never forget we went over a barbecue that one day, and if you don't know the atmosphere in these barbecues,
It's a black barbecue.
and they tend to watch what you got on your plate, make sure you ain't got too much of something you don't need to have.
Yeah.
So after 3 ribs, some eyes are looking at you if you go
done
for a
ate-
4.
You done ate 3 ribs. You ain't put nothing in.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing too much.
I happened to look over at this young man, and he
I got a booger in my
literally
nose, man.
literally had a pig graveyard. Rib bone stacked at least up to halfway to his chest, skinning and grinning, mouth all glistening like he ate a pack of freaking what you call it, lip gloss or something. Now, Milkshake brought the boys to the yard that day.
Okay. No comment on milkshakes and boys.
But it was crazy. I didn't know a person. Not that they could eat that much, because I know it wasn't that he ate a lot. It's just the gall to sit there and eat all
nothing
the
but
ribs. It's chicken, it's sausage.
Oh, he ain't doing nothing.
No,
He ain't
no,
doing
no, no,
macaroni
no.
and cheese.
No, he ain't want
My
no
boy-
filler.
I call my boy the Great White Shark.
He ain't want
He
no
only
filler.
eat meat.
No filler.
None.
Then he called himself being slick, getting people old lady phone numbers, talking about some. Oh, you want this ringtone? Let me get your number and
That
send it
was
to
Philippe.
you.
That
thought that was
Devin.
him.
No, that was Philippe.
See?
We gonna lie on Devin. We gonna tell the truth.
Forgive me.
It was
Forgive me,
Philippe.
person in question.
And the funny part about it was when I knew that girl, I liked her. She was my friend. And
Well, they all start off as friends,
well, she was friends afterwards too. So
and that's another thing too. We weren't out here habitually.
That's
You
what-
know,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
we
we were.
we had some kind of foundation with the folk. Not to say it made it any better,
yeah, I don't know what you.
but we
talking
tried to be friendly. We tried to be
about.
nice.
Oh yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm a good dude all around.
Yeah.
Just because, you know what I'm saying, you can give me the coochie on the first day. I don't look at you no different. If you don't give it to me on the first day, I'm feeling some kind of way. I mean, I don't be mad at you, but I'm going to start looking somewhere else. Well, I used to. Now, I can go without sex for the rest of my life, really. Yeah, I said it. You can lean away from the camera, whatever. I've had my fill. I'm tired. I'm fucked out. Psych.
To say that message is not endorsed by both people on the camera.
Hey, I'm sorry, I told a lie. I gotta keep it real and tell the truth.
Hey, that is not
But
endorsed.
I don't. But no, I really don't. I don't chase girls no more, man.
I mean, at a certain age, man, you
I
got
don't.
different priorities in life.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I still like to have sex, but I don't chase girls. Man, for what?
I mean, when you're young, you know, your priorities is all jacked up, and
You don't know what's going on. You just want to
No.
have sex
And-
because you like how it feels.
And that's something that, you know, a lot of y'all going through right now. Some of y'all probably our age and still running around, got the
It's
wrong
a lot of
head,
them.
got the wrong head guy in your life, and you know who you are.
Yeah, it's a lot of them
You know who you are.
out there doing that. But yeah, back to this Joker. So I knew she was looking for a guy to be with, a good guy. And at that time, I thought that he was, you know. So she called me and asked me about him. I was like, well, I didn't want to hate on him, but I didn't really have nothing to say. Like, I didn't know who he was or what kind of guy he was. He's just a friend of a friend at that point, you know. And I was like, well, I mean, if you feel like you want to talk to him, then do that. I'm not a hater. You know, do that. If you feel like that person makes you, you know,
Never
feel
been
good,
a hater.
then do that. I have no problem with that. So, you know, she did that, and she started talking to him and whatnot. And then I think he borrowed some money from her to pay his child support, and he didn't ever pay her back the money. And then she was telling me about it, but at the same time, it was almost like it was my fault. Like, I didn't tell you. Like,
I didn't tell you to go around giving money to people.
you asked me about him. I didn't have nothing negative to say, and I didn't have anything positive to say. All I said was, if that's what you feel like you want to do, if he makes you feel like you want to give him a chance, then give him a chance. I don't know him like that, you know. She gave him a chance. He did what he do.
Hey,
She blamed me.
you know, hey, it is what it is.
I'll
Sometimes.
take that. I should have hated. Because you know why?
Why?
Because she was my friend and he wasn't.
Well, he was your friend at the
No,
time.
he wasn't. That's around the time when I was first getting to know him. You know what I'm saying? We became friends after that. But
Yeah.
at that time, I didn't know that, and I wasn't gonna be mad at him because the
So you set
relationship
her
didn't
up.
work between them. Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
because I should have just hated from the beginning. I should have.
Well, not hated, just not
That's
put him
what it would
on.
have been hating.
Nah, it wouldn't have been hating.
It
He ain't
would've
like
been
he knew
hating.
it.
Well, what could I have said to stop it?
You could have just not introduced him.
I didn't introduce them.
Could have just not brought him up.
That's not how it happened. Me and her was chilling, and him and Wayne came through.
Undisclosed name. We're gonna bleep that out.
No, we not. Him and Wayne came through, and then yeah, we can do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your thing. And him and Wayne came through, and
Hello?
Wayne wanted to talk to her. I mean, not Wayne, but he wanted to talk to her. He trying to do some
Hey, we
slick
here.
stuff to get her phone number or whatnot. And
Yeah.
I wasn't mad about that because he didn't know the situation.
All right.
He should have just asked.
All right. We'll see when you get here, man.
And I would have just been like, yo, do
Peace.
your thing, man. But that's not what he did. He tried to get a number behind my back. And,
Two times,
but he
actually.
didn't know that we.
Two times.
But he didn't know that we wasn't together. He didn't even have to do all that. So that speaks to your character. You could have just talked to her in front of me, because that wasn't our relationship. Our relationship was just cool. We was cool. We was good peoples. You know what I'm saying?
But this is when we go back to that wingman scenario. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you friends with somebody, granted, we try and keep it as real as possible. You should. If you ain't gonna keep it real with nobody else, you got to keep it real with your friends. Hey,
People
man.
that you around all the time.
Exactly, because it ain't like they don't know.
Like how I'm gonna find out.
So like, hey man, you still messing with such and such? Go from there. Hey,
What's up with you and old girl?
exactly.
That could have been like, yo, man, do that.
Even though it's a whole lot of fish in the sea, and frankly, you know that's kind of jacked up. But it happens.
But you gotta have courteasy.
Yeah, it's
People
kinda
that you
jacked
kicking
up,
it
you
with,
know.
Like,
That's line
what's up
you don't
with
kind of
and old
cross.
girl? I'll be like, hey, man, do you?
Just one of those things, man.
But I think she threw him off when she called me.
Oh yeah.
And she kept it real. She wasn't trying to play no behind the door games, because our relationship wasn't like that. But we was close.
Well, y'all was
friends.
actually friends.
Yeah, and we had had sex or whatever before, a lot of times. But we never became a couple.
I think she was kind of weird in the head too. This is the same person who we won't go into that, but
No, but she's a good girl though.
yeah.
She's a lot better than a lot of these dudes, girls.
But to wrap things
She's a
up,
good girl.
like we said, wingman, you have a role in the friendship team. You do.
Yeah.
You got to find it, but you do.
You can't always shoot the ball.
No. Everybody can't have 5 Kobe's on the court at one
And
time.
you can't. Why you gotta always be?
Okay, 5 Jordans. What do it matter? 5 LeBrons.
Cause we don't want to.
Well, LeBron don't shoot the big shot.
Well, I'm a Kobe fan. But I disagree with you, but I'm not gonna argue with you because I don't care.
You want to argue? I get the ultimate arguer out here.
Hey, I don't care about what LeBron do because I'm a Kobe fan.
At the end of the day, you can't have everybody trying to shoot every shot. Somebody got to be Scotty on the team.
Oh wait a minute.
Here we go.
You're not gonna do that to Scott.
Okay, how about this? Somebody got to be Rodman without the
You're not
dress.
gonna do that to Rodman either.
Sweet. You wrap it up then. How about
Steve
that?
Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah, somebody got to do nothing
I don't even think he
and
did
come
nothing.
through every now and then.
How about Luke Longley?
I think Luke Longley did more than Steve Kerr.
B.J. Armstrong.
I think B.J. Armstrong did more than Steve Kerr too. B.J. Armstrong actually played defense.
Yeah, true.
Anyways, you get the message.
You get it
You can't be the star player
all the time
on the team. You can be the star player on your team.
by yourself.
Yeah, but that don't mean your team gonna win.
When you with the fellas, when you with the crew, man, you got to find out where you fit. Get in where you fit in.
Everybody has a niche.
Find yours
That's it.
and work there within.
And we together we found ours and we devoured. I guess I shouldn't say that word.
Yeah, that's kind of make it sound like have multiple Hannibal Lecters around here. Clarice.
But you know what I'm saying? We were very
We had
successful
a lot of
in
fun.
what we were trying to do.
We had a lot
at
of
that
fun
time.
in our younger years. I tell you what.
Yeah, we did that because we knew and we understood ourselves. And we knew and understood the girls that we were talking to.
And we never played into this whole out of your league thing. Oh, ain't no such thing. Out of my league. What's that?
A league? What is a league? A league of extraordinary gentlemen, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a league.
Don't fall into the hype. If you see something you want in life, go get it. Don't let nobody tell you can't have
If
it.
you like it, it's for you.
Hey.
If you don't like it, it ain't for you. But if you like it, it's for you. I wouldn't care how much money she make. I wouldn't care how fine she was. I don't even care if she got a boyfriend. I don't condone that kind of business. But if that's what you do,
Yeah, we ain't trying to get in no fights over no relationships.
I'm not gonna fight you over no chick. I'm not gonna do that. You can have her.
Yeah, now you cross the line and go running your mouth too much, you get in the strike zone.
Yeah, now if you start getting too close,
Straight.
yeah, I'm gonna go on here and put you down. How that girl that was covering the whole
What's that?
the whole door, the
Yeah.
one that was like the solar eclipse. Hey, she hit me up. She hit me up one day, talking about, you just put me down, and I didn't know what that meant until I heard the tracks on my tears. You know, since the conversation put me down.
My smile is
Yeah.
my makeup. I wear since my breakup with you.
I didn't know what that meant. She said I put her down, and then when I found out what it meant, I was like, "Bitch, I never had you up."
She
What
was
you
a
mean?
big one.
I'm talking about.
Now, we ain't exactly no 180 pounders ourselves.
No.
She was misleading.
Yeah, she was. She had some cute pictures, so I went to her crib. What you do?
Tim Tebow's a mood killer.
Hey, yeah, the game was getting ready to come on. She was giving me a massage. I was butt bunking too. I'm talking about she was a good massage expert. I ain't gonna lie. I was butt bunking. She thought she was gonna give her some. But I told my dog, I was like, hey man, let me know when the game come on.
This is when wingmen's go bad, but I knew the deal, so I had
Yeah,
to.
that was a perfect wingman.
Hey,
What you mean?
Sometimes you got to step up and make an executive decision. Wasn't expecting nothing
I
less.
wasn't gonna hit anyways, but I thank you.
You got to take
She
one.
was getting deep down in the massage. She was rubbing my back. She was deep down in the tissue. How Devin said you got to look deep down in the draft to get 99 corners in the 8th round.
6'1", 7'1",
6'4" corner in the 8th round in the NFL draft. Yeah, like that.
99 everything.
Yeah, everything. So, you know, she was deep down in the muscle tissue. And she was like, you want to roll over? I was like, it's all right.
No.
I knew I wasn't going to do nothing anyway. So I rolled over. She started massaging my chest and whatnot. You know, see, she getting deep down, right? And before I turned into some perversion, my dog broke in the door. He was like, hey, man, the game about to come on. I jumped up like the bed was on fire. Whoop, and put on my clothes.
I had to intervene. I could
So
not let
I
my
come in
homie
there.
do it.
You know, the Gators was playing. I got to see them Gators play. If it ain't the Gators and the Bucks, the Raiders, or the Cowboys, I'm probably not going to watch it. I love Tom Brady, though, on the real. But anyway, I went back in there and started drinking on some more hen. She come out the room all slow. I don't know if it was slow because she was fat or slow because she was sad.
She was sad.
She was like, I hate Tim Tebow. He's a mood killer.
And keep in mind, I don't know if she expected me to show, but when we got there, I ain't never seen a pan of lasagna this big in my
There was
life.
a whole bunch of lasagna.
That had to be the largest quantity of lasagna I saw in one particular pan in my life. And it wasn't that bad either.
No, the lasagna was good.
And she had a full bar, stocked to the
I'm
T.
talking about every liquor you want.
I think so. I think she might have lived with her parents or something. Cause
I don't know.
They
Only thing
was
I know is I got twisted, and I was like, well, I know I ain't going to hit, but I'm going to get twisted. In case I do hit. But I knew.
Wingman wasn't letting that happen that night.
Hey, see, my pride was like, I ain't going to hit because I have to hit this spot. I have to hit about this for the rest of my life. So
it's coming.
I'm not going to hit. He ain't going to let me live that down.
Sometimes I still say he did it, even though I know he did it when we talking trash.
Yeah, like Dale's sister.
I wasn't gonna bring that.
I'm going to bring it up because it's a lie. I want to address the truth. Since we telling the truth, I hit Dale's sister. Dale, I finally admitted to it.
He had to admit I was there. That was funny.
She said, Ernie gonna come. Ernie coming down the street.
It's like she
Ernie ain't coming down the street, bust that thing open.
it's like she had GPS on her.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
what's
what
up,
it was
man?